You know what? Let's talk about Weird Al. I've been doing this for too long. I've been doing this for nearly 10 years. And I've not gotten a chance to talk about Weird Al. We are talking about Weird Al today. I love Weird Al. I have loved Weird Al since I was a preteen. I adore the man. He's number one on the list of people who I need to meet. I was gonna meet him last year, had this whole trip planned. I was gonna see him in concert. I got the VIP ticket so I could meet him, and then I got appendicitis, so that didn't work out, but that's a whole different story. I love Al. He's amazing. I love all of his music. I could talk for hours and hours and hours just about Al and all of his songs and everything. But today, we're gonna talk about the song that he just dropped. Sometime last week, he teased that he was going to release a new song. And it was very, very exciting because he has not put out a lot of music. And it's funny because his record contract with, was it Sony, I think? They had like a 15 album deal that's just been stretching his entire career. And it was finally up, and he was not going to renew it. He said because now he doesn't want to be tied to the production of albums. Nowadays, it's so easy for him to just make a song and then digitally distribute it and just throw it out there, and suddenly it's there. And he said that was a way better system than, waiting until he has enough material to release a whole entire album and doing all that and all the marketing and everything. And I like the album format. It's always been such a thrill, such an event when Weird Al puts out a new album, especially in the last couple decades. It's been pretty fairly sparse, frustratingly so. So I'm like, okay, whatever though. I like albums, but okay, now he can just release songs whenever he wants. And then he just kind of didn't. I think he went on tour after tour after tour. I caught him on a bunch of them. The Ill-Advised Vanity tour was incredible. I saw it like 3 or 4 times. He did the Strings Attached one. Really super great. I think he's just been really focusing on what is fun. I think that they just really enjoy touring and playing for live audiences. And he's just not been that interested in he did like the Hamilton Polka. That was like it. Like ever since Mandatory Fun. When did that come out? That was 2014. Oh my gosh, almost exactly 10 years ago. Wow, that's crazy. And I love that album. It's so good. And it's been so sad having so little Weird Al since then. We had the Hamilton Polka, and that was like it. So I mean, his polka medleys, he could do that every year. I feel like he should. I feel like at least if he's not going to release any other music, even if he's not feeling like it, every year, whatever music came out that year, do a medley for it rather than being like a super rare thing. I think that would be cool, but whatever. He's doing whatever he wants. I can't blame him for doing exactly what he wants. He's earned it. He's earned the ability to just kind of coast and just do whatever's fun for him. So yeah, he announced this song. And I didn't catch it. I've been not spending a lot of time on social media, and every time I was on YouTube, I saw this thing pop up, and I didn't recognize that it was it because I saw like the thumbnail, and I see that it's like a Weird Al related thing, and you see like the Al in there, but like I'm used to seeing that. I'm used to seeing it's always like YouTube is always recommending like epic rap battles of history, and there's he cameos in a lot of cool silly stuff. But then like the other day, I was like, oh. This is it. Like, this is actually by Al. This is his new song, and it's a new polka medley, which again is perfect. If he's gonna release anything, make it a polka medley, because it's for the uninitiated. He just takes regular songs, and instead of parodying them or doing style parodies or whatever, he just brings them all together into a medley in the style of the polka genre, and they're just a lot of fun. I love them. Even songs that I don't care about. You throw them together in a Weird Al polka. It's just great. I love all of his polkas. They're super duper fun. One of my nephews in particular, he's crazy specifically about Now That's What I Call Polka, which is the one that was on Mandatory Fun. I have heard it, I don't know, probably 1,000 times by now. I don't even think I'm exaggerating. Plays it a lot. So anyway, yes, this is called Polkamania. And I am sort of pleased that Al has chosen to not just do recent music, because some of these songs being a little bit older, I think is the only reason I was able to identify any, any of them. I think with each polka, I get closer and closer to that day. I know it's coming. It's got to be coming eventually. There will be a day when I recognize literally 0 of the songs. And I'm looking at like the artists that do these songs, and like clearly these are like the biggest songs. These are the biggest songs by the biggest artists, and I'm so out of the loop. I don't watch TV even, so like some of these just like, they don't even come up. They just genuinely never come up. So like, the only reason I was able to recognize a couple, like 2, is because he didn't just do like, you know, some of these are a good few years old. You know, I'm like I'm going through the whole thing. I'm 2/3 of the way through the song, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be the one. Uptown Funk, that's a thing. Yep, I know that. And that's because Glove and Boots. It's because Glove and Boots did Uptown Monk, and I watched that, so I know that song. I've heard that. That's come up here and there. And then the Taylor Swift song. Yeah, I've heard that. I couldn't name you more than 2 Taylor Swift songs. I know it's Taylor Swift. She's the biggest thing ever, but like I just don't know. But I'm like, this, I recognize it. I've heard this. I don't even know if I knew it was Taylor Swift. I don't even know if I knew that, but I've heard it. Yeah, Shake It Off. Yeah, that's the thing. Thank you, Al, for including at least 2 songs. And then like, what is it, like a Despacito? I'm like, okay, well, I saw the name of that song. I never heard it, but I saw the name. So there you go. This was it might happen someday. Maybe it won't if he keeps pulling from a good number of years. But yeah, it almost happened, but not quite. And the really fun thing about the video is back around Straight Outta Linwood. That was, I think, the first album where he started to like outsource the music videos just to like the fan community and like his, you know, friends and animators and stuff. So like all of the music videos were just like animated by different people. And sometimes he would be involved in them too. But, you know, kind of like lower budget, but like everybody's kind of chipping in to do it together. And he did the same thing with Mandatory Fun. And it's fun. It's like a really fun, like collaborative community kind of thing. And he did that again here. All of the different segments are like animated by different people. And like there's even a little bit of live action stuff in there. And it's really fun because this one in particular, it makes a lot of references to like older Weird Al stuff. I would say the big standout is the Uptown Funk part is animated by the person who did way back in the day, like pre-YouTube, I think, this whole Albuquerque. Albuquerque is Al's like magnum opus. It's this like 11.5-minute song, and somebody just like on Albino Black Sheep or Newgrounds or something animated this whole thing for it, and it was great. And apparently he got the same person to animate it in the same style with that same little character. So like seeing that again, like that, oh, just an absolute trip. Seeing that again in a Weird Al video, but like officially in the official video. Super duper cool. Like nostalgia bomb right there. And then the ending is great. You get a whole sequence with puppets. I mean, come on, I got a soft spot for puppets. What can I say? I think they're fun. And the song itself is good. I think it might grow on me. It's not like hitting me like super hard. I think anytime there's a polka where I'm really not familiar with a lot of the songs, sometimes it'll take a little bit of extra time to grow on me. And it's also just, it's been a really long time, and there have been a lot of polkas, and this one definitely, you know, it follows the same trend, the same formula. It's got the same bits here and there. He always kind of dips into these various styles. He's got a bit of a formula to it, and I think I might be ready for him to mix it up a little bit. I think, if anything, this was probably good because he just hasn't been making music for a long time. So it's probably good to follow that formula. I would like to see him change it up a little bit more in the future. You know, I'm not finding myself coming back to listen to this, you know, multiple times, but maybe I will. Maybe it'll probably grow on me, and it'll probably enter the rotation and probably get discovered by my 5-year-old nephew, who will make me listen to it 1,000 times. So probably for the best that I'm not loading up on it right now. It's probably gonna happen. on this subject, you know, we're family and we're all kind of visiting each other or whatever, and like he's understanding that like we don't want to hear "Now That's What I Call Polka" anymore. Like he gets it. He's played it a lot, and we're kind of like, hey, can you like play something else? And so he'll kind of like slink off to his room, and you'll just hear him like, hey, Google, play Now That's What I Call Polka by Weird Al Yankovic. He just goes, and, like, you can hear him like quietly asking his Google Nest whatever to play the song. So anyway, it's great that Weird Al's doing music again. Golly, keeping my fingers crossed that this is not the only thing that he does, and we gotta wait another 10 years, and it's just gonna be another. I mean, like, at the same time, like I said, polka medleys are perfect. It's perfect. If this is all he wanted to do forever, was just giving us occasional polka medleys, that would turn out great. This thing's already got millions of views. Everybody's going crazy about it. He always does such amazing work. Anything he does, it's always perfect. He's so talented. I'm really hoping that getting back in the studio and doing more has got him wanting to do more. Because, yeah, it's been 10 years of him teasing this idea of just being able to make music and just kind of drop it on the internet. Leading into Alpocalypse, which was the one he did in 2011. That was before Mandatory Fun. Even that one, he was kind of experimenting with just kind of like, he did like 3 or 4 songs and just kind of threw them out there, like before putting them on the album. And that was great. And it's like, yes, like, do that. Just give us some more like fun parodies and stuff. We're starving here. We're starving for more Al. So I hope so. I hope he's getting back into it. Touring is fun. Touring is amazing. I love watching him live, but please. We need new Al. Oh yeah, also worth noting, just while we are talking about the subject of Weird Al polkas, he's got 2 different kinds of endings that he has used. There's da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da. It's like long and drawn out, but like there were some polkas from way back in the day. Da-da-da-da-da, hey, I want him to end on the hey. It's been so long since he has ended on the hey, and I'm kind of losing hope that it'll ever happen. I don't think it will, because like I said, this is a real formula he's got here, and I think he's pretty much always going to do it the long, drawn-out way. It's just kind of what he settled on. But watching this, listening to this for the first time, there's still that little part of me. There's still that little tiny part of me that's like, maybe, what if this will be the time? This is the Pikmin 4 announcement of Weird Al songs. I want a polka to end on the hey, and it didn't happen this time, and it probably never will. But who knows? Simply never know. Life is full of mysteries and wonders. This was fun. I'm really glad I did this. This was really, even just for like 10 minutes or whatever, talking about Al. That's fun. I need to do this more. You know what? I'm still waiting for him to make a song about Lord of the Rings. Ever since 2001, the heyday of my Weird Al fandom, it's gonna happen one of these days. He's gonna make a song about Lord of the Rings, like he did for Spider-Man and Star Wars and stuff, and it's gonna be great. You'll see.